Hi, it's Lynn again, and I'm here with my tips and tricks videos. And today I'm going to do solving linear equations. And my hint for today is to move the smaller variable. And you want to move the smaller variable when you have a choice of moving variables when there's a variable on this side or on this side. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this example. So the first thing you want to do is simplify each side completely before you decide where you're going to move your variables. So we're going to distribute here. So it's going to be 6n plus 9. And then we're going to distribute here. So it's going to be 63n plus 27. And don't forget this plus 3. We always want to write the entire sentence out so we don't lose our place. Now this side is completely simplified because you can't add the 6n and the 9 because they're not like terms. But on this side, we have the 27 and the 3, which can be combined. So again, we're going to write the whole sentence out. 6n plus 9 equals 63n plus, and the 27 plus 3 is 30. All right, so now both sides are completely simplified. So we are going to choose, do we move the 6n over to this side, or do we move the 63n over to this side? So what my hint is move the smaller variable. And what that does for you is it allows you to make sure you have a positive coefficient. And this is especially helpful if you have an inequality where you have to remember to flip the sign over. If you don't have to remember to flip the sign over, then you won't forget to flip the sign over. So this is a hint that will help further down the road also. Also, negative signs are a great place to make a mistake, and we don't like making mistakes. So 6n is clearly the smaller variable, so we are going to move it over using algebra by subtracting 6n from both sides. So this adds to 0, so we're just left with 9 on this side. 63n minus 6n is 57n, and then we have the plus 30. Now the n is only on this side, and we need to move everything over here. I always say that n is kind of antisocial and doesn't like anybody around it, so we move the things that are furthest away first, and always the last thing you do is divide. So we're going to subtract 30 from both sides. I also like to write the minus 30 on both sides. Don't do things in your head. It's not a great idea. So these go away, and this ends up being negative 21 equals 57n. As I said, our last step is to divide by the coefficient, which is 57. And now that will equal n. Now, that's not in simplified form. And what we need to remember is that we always want to reduce fractions. So I'm going to tell you about a little trick. I'm thinking, so the only two things that go into 21 are 7 and 3. So I'm going to check if 3 goes into 57, and there's a trick. If you add the digits, 5 plus 7, and it's 12, then, and if 3 goes into 12, then 3 will go into 57. So we're going to divide each of these by 3. So we're going to get negative 21 divided by 3 is negative 7, and negative 57 divided by 3 is 19. So that is our final answer. It's all reduced. We moved the smaller variable. We didn't have to worry about dividing by a negative. Now I have one more example that I want to show you, and I'll get to that in just a second. Okay, I'm back with a brand new problem. So this is a little simpler, but it has a little trick that I want to point out to you. So again, we want to simplify both sides. So this would be negative 4x. Negative 2 times negative 4 is plus 8 equals 4x. Now, the question here is, which variable is smaller? Well, a negative is always smaller than a positive. So in this case, we want to move the negative. So we're going to add 4x to both sides. Notice if you just see 4x's on both sides, they don't just cancel. If they're opposite signs, then look what happens. They add up. So this side is going to be 8x. Those go away, and we're just left with 8. Our last step, again, is to divide. Divided by 8. So we get x equals 8 over 8 again. That's an obvious one, but we're going to reduce that to 1. And then we always put a square around our answer. So, hint for equalities and inequalities, move the smaller variable. Have a great day. Bye.